Hello guys, a very good morning. Let us start with the Smartkeeda current affairs for March mock drill 7th. On March 17th, Uttar Pradesh CM Yogi Adityanath has inaugurated the 52 crore state-of-the-art Yogi Raj Baba Gambhir Nath Auditorium and Cultural Center in Gorakhpur. So Uttar Pradesh has inaugurated the 52 crore Yogi Raj Baba Gambhir Nath Auditorium and Cultural Center in Gorakhpur. UP's capital is Lucknow, CM is Yogi Adityanath, Governor is Anandiben Patel. On March 23, Power Grid Corporation of India has established an e-tendering portal, Pranit, which will lead to less paperwork and ease of operation, making the tendering process more transparent. So Power Grid has established the e-tendering portal, Pranit. Headquarter of Power Grid is in Gurgaon, Haryana. MD and Chairman is Kandi Kuppa. On March 23, the central government has notified to set up an empowered committee for manufacturing in high technology areas. The proposed 10-member committee will be headed by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. The committee will be serviced by the DPIIT. So central government has notified to set up an empowerment committee for manufacturing in high technology areas. The 10-member committee will be headed by Ministry of Commerce and Industry, serviced by DPIIT. On March 25th, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has raised the limit for tax exemption on interest earned on Provident Fund contribution by employees to Rs 5 lakh per annum in specified cases as against Rs 2.5 lakh proposed in the budget. So PF contribution limit has been raised to 5 lakh for tax-free interest from Rs 2.5 lakh. Nirmala Sitharaman heads the Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Her constituency is Kerala. On March 24th, the Competition Commission of India has ordered an investigation into WhatsApp's new privacy policy for breaching the Competition Act 2002. The investigation has been ordered under Section 26(1) of the Competition Act 2002. So CCI has ordered the investigation into WhatsApp's new privacy policy for breaching the Competition Act. Headquarter of CCI is in New Delhi. Chairman is Ashok Kumar Gupta, established in the year 2003. On March 24th, under the Ek Bharat Shresht Bharat campaign, Tripura has been paired with Bihar. Tripura is well known for its scenic beauty, rich natural resources, and rich art and cultural heritage. Many people from Bihar visit Tripura either for traveling purposes or many have come and settled down for a living or a job. So Tripura plus Bihar have newly paired under the Ek Bharat Shresht Bharat campaign. Tripura's capital Agartala, CM Biplab Kumar Deb, Governor is Ramesh Bais. Bihar's capital is Patna, CM Nitish Kumar, Governor is Fagu Chauhan. On March 23, Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment has decided to launch Poshan Abhiyan for the elderly to provide nutrition support to the indigent elders who are not staying in the old age homes and are victims of severe malnutrition. According to the report of Government of India's Technical Group on Population Projection for Indian States brought out in July 2020, till the year 2036, population of senior citizens will be 22.74 crore, that is 14.9% of the total population. So Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment are going to launch a Poshan Abhiyan for the elderly. Population of the senior citizens will be 22.74 crore by 2036. Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment is held by Thawar Chand Gehlot, Shahjapur, Madhya Pradesh. On March 23, Bangladesh has taken initiative to open more border haats along the border with Mizoram. There are several opportunities of expanding trade and connectivity between Mizoram and Bangladesh. Mizoram can supply items like bamboo, timber, ginger, sugar and stone to Bangladesh. So Bangladesh has taken an initiative to open more border haats along the border with Mizoram. Bangladesh's capital is Dhaka, currency Taka. PM Sheikh Hasina, President is Abdul Hamid. So Mizoram's capital is Aizawl, CM is Zor Mathanga, Governor is PS Sridharan Pillai. On March 22, LT Foods has become the first company globally to be certified with highest levels of verification, L3, by UN-backed sustainable rice platform Ecolabel. This will enable the company to use sustainable rice platform verified logo on the packs of rice. The L3 SRP certification is the highest level of verification for sustainable cultivation of rice. So LT Food has become the first company globally to be certified with highest level of verification by SRP. LT Foods is in Gurugram, Haryana. On March 23 in Madhya Pradesh, a campaign named Sankalp, the resolution has been started in the state to take control the spike in the cases of corona infection. Sankalp campaign is focused on My Mask, My Security theme. So a campaign named Sankalp was started in Madhya Pradesh. Theme name is My Mask, My Security. Madhya Pradesh capital Bhopal, CM Shivraj Singh Chauhan, Governor is Anandiben Patel. On March 24th, Nagaland Health and Family Welfare Minister S. Pangyu Phom, in partnership with USAID Nishtha, has launched an iLearn, a capacity building and performance tracking application for community health officers. So Nagaland have launched this iLearn self-learning app. Nagaland's capital Kohima, CM Nephew Rio, Governor is Ravindra Narayan Ravi. The Indian Meteorological Department has launched a climate data service portal with data of over 100 years which can be accessed by the public. The IMD has a meteorological data since 1900. So IMD has launched a climate data service portal with data of over 100 years. Headquarter of IMD is in New Delhi. Director General is Dr. Mrityunjay Mohapatra. On March 23, SEBI, in consultation with Clearing Corporation of India Limited, has launched a new penal structure for commodity derivative segment in the event of delivery default. The delivery default norms will be effective from the first trading day of May 21. With regard to future contracts on agri commodities and on non-agri commodities, penalty on seller in case of delivery default will be 4% and 3% respectively. So SEBI has issued a new framework for delivery default in commodity derivative segment. Penalty of seller in case of delivery default is 4% on agri commodities and 3% on non-agri commodities. Headquarter of SEBI is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Chairman is Ajay Tyagi. Established in the year 92. Headquarter of CCIL is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. MD is Hare Krishna Jaina. Established in the year 2001. On March 23, National Digital Health Mission has launched on pilot basis in the Union Territory of Chandigarh, Ladakh, Dadra and Nagar Haveli, and Daman and Diu, Puducherry, Andaman and Nicobar Islands and Lakshadweep under the NDHM scheme. Expenditure will be borne by Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, which is Rs 11.82 crore. So NDHM is launched on pilot basis in 6 UTs. 11.82 crore expenditure is to be implemented by NDHM is borne by Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. On March 23, Dr. Harshvardhan, in inauguration of the World Tuberculosis Day celebration, was awarded the best performing state UT based on the state TBI index. Lakshadweep and the district of Budgam were declared TB free. India has declared 30% of the world's TB cases. So Lakshadweep and Budgam have been declared as TB free. India has 30% of the world's TB cases. You can see it here. On March 26, Kurnool Airport, the 6th airport in Andhra Pradesh, has been named after the freedom fighter Uyalavadda Narasimha Reddy. The new airport will enhance the reputation of Kurnool, which is designated as the judicial capital of Andhra Pradesh. So Kurnool Airport, the 6th airport in Andhra, has been named after Uyalavadda Narasimha Reddy, a freedom fighter. There was a famous picture made on his Narasimha Reddy. Chiranjeevi was the star. The next was Tamanna Bhatia. So these kind of stars were there. Andhra Pradesh capital is Amravati, Visakhapatnam is executive capital, Kurnool is judicial capital, CM is Y.F. Jagan Mohan Reddy, Governor is Bishwabhushan Harichandan. On March 25th, Ministry of Finance and Corporate Affairs has launched the Central Scrutiny Center to scrutinize the filings by users under straight, thorough process. The Finance Minister also launched the mobile app of the Investor Education and Protection Fund Authority, IEPFA. The two initiatives aim to strengthen Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision of digitally empowered India. So Ministry of Finance and Corporate Affairs have launched the Central Scrutiny Center and IEPFA mobile app. Nirmala Sitharaman is the Minister for Finance, heads the Ministry of Finance and Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Her constituency is Karnataka. On March 24th, Tata Safari will be the official partner of Vivo Indian Premier League 21. This marks the continuation of Tata Safari with BCCI for the 4th consecutive year. So Tata Safari will be the official partner of IPL 2021. Title sponsor of the 14th edition of IPL 21 is Vivo. On March 25th, SEBI has relaxed norms for listing of startups and approved the framework for listing of the Innovator Growth Platform. The term accredited investor for the purpose of IGP is renamed as Innovators Growth Platform Investors. SEBI has decided to reduce the period of holding of 25% of pre-issue capital of the issuer company by eligible investors to 1 year from 2 years. So the regulator has also decided that the threshold trigger for open offer should be relaxed from the existing 25% to 49%. So SEBI has approved the framework for listing on the Innovative Growth Platform IGP. SEBI is going to reduce the holding period of 25% of pre-issue capital by eligible investors to 1 year from 2 years. Threshold trigger for open offer to be relaxed to 49% from 25%. Headquarters of SEBI is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Chairman is Ajay Tyagi, established in the year 1992. On March 25th, the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, National Institute of Oceanography, Goa, has initiated a project for mapping the genetic diversity of organisms and the effect of micronutrients and trace metals on them in the Indian Ocean through its Trace Biome flagship project. So CSIR plus NIO have initiated a project for mapping the genetic diversity of organisms in the Indian Ocean. Trace Biome is a flagship project that belongs to CSIR NIO. Headquarters of CSIR NIO is in Panaji, Goa. On March 26, Prahlad Singh Patel and Shivraj Singh Chauhan have inaugurated the Chhatrasal Convention Centre at Khajuraho, developed under the Swadesh Darshan scheme of Ministry of Tourism. They have also launched MICE Roadshow Meet in India, brand and roadmap for the promotion of India as MICE destination in Khajuraho, Madhya Pradesh. So Chhatrasal Convention Centre and MICE Roadshow Meet in India was inaugurated in Khajuraho, Madhya Pradesh. Madhya Pradesh's capital is Bhopal, CM is Shivraj Singh Chauhan, Governor is Anandiben Patel. On March 22, Arunachal Pradesh Chief Minister Prema Khandu has launched Dekho Apna Desh, a brainchild of Khandu, conceptualized in line with Prem Narendra Modi's Dekho Apna Desh campaign. The campaign is launched to promote tourism within the state. So Arunachal Pradesh has launched the Dekho Apna Pradesh campaign to promote tourism. Capital is Itanagar, CM is Prema Khandu, Governor is BD Mishra. On March 23, Met3 Aquatech, a company formed under the Make in India initiative, has set up the world's first mobile water from air kiosk and water knowledge center in the smart city of Visakhapatnam. The project is set up in partnership with GVMC, USAID and Safer Water Networks as a part of the SEBI initiative. So Met3 Aquatech is going to set up world's first mobile water from air kiosk and water knowledge center in Visakhapatnam. Andhra Pradesh capital is Amravati, Visakhapatnam is the executive one, Kurnool is the judicial capital, YF Jagan Mohan Reddy is the CM, Governor is Bishwa Bhushan Harichandan. On March 26, BharatPay has launched a new lending product called Distributor to Retailer Finance that will provide instant liquidity to distributors, wholesalers, traders and dealers. DTR will offer collateral-free loans of up to 50 lakh for a period of 7 days to 30 days. So BharatPay has launched a new lending product called Distributor to Retailer Finance. D2R, Distributor to Retailer, will offer collateral-free loans of up to 50 lakhs for a period of 7 days to 30 days. So headquarters of BharatPay is in New Delhi. Founder and CEO is Ashneer Grover. Coming to international affairs, the Norwegian Coastal Administration Kysteravet has proposed a plan to complete a tender process this year for the construction of the world's first shipping tunnel in Western Norway. The total value of 1.7 kilometer tunnel project is expected to be approximately $325 million. So Norway is going to construct the world's first shipping tunnel. Length is 1.7 kilometer. Estimated cost $325 million. Norway's capital Oslo, krone is currency. PM is Erna Solberg. On March 23, New Zealand's parliament has passed a legislation giving mothers and their partners the right to paid leave following a miscarriage or stillbirth. New Zealand has become the only second country in the world to do so. India is the only other country with a similar legislation. So New Zealand has become the second country to pass miscarriage bereavement leave law. First is India. New Zealand's capital Wellington, dollar is the currency. Prime Minister is Jacinda Ardern. Coming to banking and economic affairs. On March 23, the SEBI has eased the valuation rule of perpetual bonds. The residual maturity of Basel III AT1 bonds will be 10 years until 31st March 22 and would be increased to 22 and 30 years over the subsequent 6-month period. From April 1, 2023 onward, the residual maturity of AT1 bonds will become 100 years from the date of issuance of the bonds. So SEBI has eased the valuation rule of the perpetual bonds. Residual maturity of Basel III AT1 bonds will be 10 years until 31st March 22. And the residual maturity of Basel III AT1 bonds will become 100 years from April 1, 2023. Headquarters of SEBI is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Chairman is Ajay Tyagi, established in the year 1992. On March 24th, Indian Overseas Bank has launched IOB Trendy, a savings account customized for the growing millennial population in India by keeping their banking preferences in mind. So Indian Overseas Bank has launched IOB Trendy, a customized saving account for millennial population. Headquarters of IOB is in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. MD and CEO is Partha Pratim Sen Gupta. On March 24th, ICICI Bank is the first in India to introduce an instant EMI facility called EMI Internet Banking on its internet banking platform. The bank has tied up with BillDesk and Razorpay, leading online payment gateway companies, to offer this facility. It enables customers to convert their high-value transactions up to Rs 5 lakh into easy month installments. So ICICI Bank is the first in India to introduce instant EMI facility called EMI Internet Banking. So you can see it here. ICICI Bank has tied up with BillDesk and Razorpay for this facility. EMI for high value transaction is up to rupees 5 lakh. Headquarter of ICICI Bank is in Mumbai. MD and CEO Sandeep Bakshi. Tagline is Hum Hai Na. On March 25th, Yes Bank has launched Yes Essence Plus, a unique accelerator program to support women-led startups in partnership with Shiros, the women-only social network. Over a 10-week period, the cohort startup will receive customized training through virtual workshops conducted by industry experts. So Yes Bank plus Shiros have partnered to launch Yes Essence Plus, a unique accelerator program to support women. Headquarter of Yes Bank is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. MD and CEO is Prashant Kumar. Tagline is Experience our expertise. Here we will take an 8-minute break because 30 points have been covered. We shall be back and continuing the classes after 8 minutes. On March 25th, Neo has launched NeoX, a mobile banking solution for millennials in partnership with Equitas Small Finance Bank and Visa. NeoX is aimed to onboard 2 million customers by the end of 2021. Addressing the banking need of millennials, the NeoX is offering 007 banking features. So Neo plus Equitas SFB plus Visa have partnered to launch NeoX, a mobile banking solution. Headquarter of Neo is in Bangalore, Karnataka. CEO is Vinay Bagri. Headquarter of Equitas SFB is in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. MD and CEO is Vasudev Pathangi. Headquarter of Visa is in Foster City, California. CEO is Alfred L. K. Kelly, founded in the year 1958. On March 25th, the Supreme Court of India has rejected the plea for further extension for the 6-month loan moratorium scheme that was issued by the RBI. A bench headed by Justice Ashok Bhushan had reserved its verdict on these pleas by December 17, 2020. The Fenter had waived the compound interest charged on certain categories of loans up to Rs 2 crore. So the SC has rejected the plea for further extension of the 6-month loan moratorium scheme issued by the RBI. The Centre waived the compound interest charge on certain categories of loans up to Rs 2 crore. Headquarter of RBI is in Mumbai. Governor is Shakti Kanta Das, established in the year 1st April 1935. On March 26th, Karnataka Bank and IIFL Security Limited have partnered to introduce KBL Smart Trade, a facility under which all Karnataka Bank customers can access IIFL Securities Demat and trading account solution for their capital market needs. So Karnataka Bank plus IIFL Security Limited have partnered to introduce KBL Smart Trade. Headquarter of Karnataka Bank is in Bangalore, Karnataka. CEO is Mahabaleshwar MS. Headquarter of IIFL Securities in Mumbai, Maharashtra. CEO is Nirmal Jain. On March 17, the US Navy will hold Group Arabian Sea Warfare exercise alongside Belgium, France and Japan in the Mid-East amid tension over Iran's nuclear program in the region. The exercise will see ships from 4 countries conduct drills in the Arabian Sea and the Gulf of Oman. So US Navy is going to hold Group Arabian Sea Warfare exercises alongside Belgium, France and Japan. US capital is Washington DC, currency US dollar. 46th President is Joe Biden. 49th VP is Kamala Harris. On March 24th, L&T built offshore petrol vessel ICGS Vajra was commissioned into the Indian Coast Guard by General Bipin Rawat, Chief of Defence Staff at Chennai, Tamil Nadu. ICGS Vajra is the 6th level in the series of 7 OPVs being built by L&T under Ministry of Defence contract signed in the year 2015. So ICGS Vajra have been commissioned into the service at Chennai, Tamil Nadu. ICGS Vajra is the 6th vessel in the series of 7 OPVs being built by L&T. Headquarter of L&T is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. CMD is S.N. Subramanian. On March 25th, in the first of Navy's India and Madagascar undertook joint patrolling of Madagascar's exclusive economic zone and also conducted a passage exercise PESEX in the Western Indian Ocean region IOR. The INS Shardul and Megalse naval ship Torozona undertook the patrol. So India and Madagascar have conducted a passage exercise PESEX in the Western IOR. INF Shardul and Megalese travel ship Torozona participated in the patrol. Madagascar's capital is Antananarivo. Megalese Ariari is the currency. President is Andry Rajoelina. Scheme and initiatives. On March 23, Irfan Ali, a 25-year-old man from Bihar's Gopalganj district, has received the 10th crore card under the Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana (ABPMJ). So the 10 crore cards were issued by Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. Irfan Ali is from Bihar and he has received 10th crore card under the ABPMJY. On March 23, the Uttar Pradesh government will start the Affordable Rental Housing and Complexes scheme for poor people living in the cities. The ARHC scheme has been launched by the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs under the Self-Reliant India campaign. So Uttar Pradesh is going to start the Affordable Rental Housing Complexes ARHC scheme. UP's capital is Lucknow. CM is Yogi Adityanath. Governor is Anandiben Patel. On March 17, Sports Minister Kiran Rijiju has extended the Khelo India scheme from 21-22 to 25-26. Amount of rupees 8750 crore has been estimated as the financial implication of the new Khelo India scheme. Amount of rupees 657.71 crore have been allocated in the budget estimate for the year 21-22 under the Khelo India scheme. First Khelo India Games were held in the year 2018. So the Sports Ministry has extended the Khelo India scheme to 25-26 from 21-22. 657.7 crore allocated in the budget estimate for financial year 22 under the Khelo India scheme. First Khelo India Games held in 2018. Sports Minister Kiran Rijiju, constituency Arunachal West. Manish Narwal has clinched the gold medal in the P4 mixed 50-meter pistol SH1 event at the 2021 Para Shooting World Cup. This was India's second gold medal in the event after Singraj claimed the yellow medal in P1 men's 10-meter air pistol SH1 event. India has bagged 7 medals, 2 gold, 1 silver, 4 bronze and finished at 3rd position in the 2021 Para Shooting World Cup. So India has bagged 7 medals, 2 gold, 1 silver, 4 bronze and stood at 3rd position in the 2021 Para Shooting World Cup. Manish Narwal and Singraj, parachuters, have clinched the gold medals. On March 25th, Sports Minister Kiran Rijiju has included Yoga Asana in Khelo India Youth Games 21 in a bid to develop it as a competitive sport. An international Yoga Asana Sports Federation was formed under the presidentship of Yoga Guru Baba Ramdev, which H.N. Nagendra as its Secretary General in November 2019. So Sports Ministry has included Yoga Asana in the Khelo India Youth Games 21. President of International Yoga Asana Sport Federation is Baba Ramdev, formed in the year 2019. Sports Minister is Kiran Rijiju, constituency is Arunachal West. On March 25th, the Tokyo 2020 Olympic torch relay has kicked off in Fukushima, Japan. It will travel through all of the country's 47 prefectures over the next 121 days before arriving in Tokyo for the Olympics game opening ceremony on July 23. So the Tokyo 2020 Olympic torch relay started from Fukushima, Japan. Japan's capital is Tokyo, currency yen. PM Yoshihide Suga. India Legends emerged champions in the first edition of the Road Safety World Series T20 after defeating Sri Lanka Legends by 14 runs in the final. Total 7 countries have participated in the series. So India Legends have won the first edition of the Road Safety World Series 20 T20. Total 7 countries have participated in the series. On March 26, D.Y. Patil Stadium Navi Mumbai and Trans Stadia Ahmedabad and Kalinga Stadium Bhubaneswar have been finalized as the 3 venues for 2022 AFC Women's Asian Cup Football Tournament to be hosted by India. India is scheduled to host the next edition of the FIFA Women's Under-17 World Cup in 2022. So the 2022 AFC Women Asian World Cup Football Tournament is to be hosted by India. 3 venues are D.V. Patil Stadium in Navi Mumbai, Trans Stadia Ahmedabad and Kalinga Stadium Bhubaneswar. So India will host the FIFA Women's Under-17 World Cup in 22. Headquarter of FIFA is Zurich, Switzerland. President is Gianni Infantino. Coming to important days and dates. World Tuberculosis Day is observed each year on March 24th to raise awareness amongst the public about debilitating health, social as well as economic consequences of tuberculosis. March 24th also marks the day on which Robert Koch announced in 1881 that he had made the discovery of bacterium which causes TB. This year the theme is The Clock is Ticking. India has set a target to end tuberculosis by 2025. So March 24th is the World Tuberculosis Day. Theme is The Clock is Ticking. India's target to end tuberculosis is by the year 2025. On March 24th, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has greeted the Assam Rifle personnel and their families on the occasion of 186th Rising Day of Assam Rifles. Raised in 1835 as the Kachar Levy, the Assam Rifle now is the oldest paramilitary force in India. So March 24th is the 186th Rising Day of Assam Rifles. Headquarters of Assam Rifle is in Shillong, Meghalaya, founded in the year 1835. Motto is Sentinels of the Northeast. The International Day of Solidarity with Detained and Missing Staff Member was observed across the globe on 25th March. According to UN data, as for 15th March, 20 United Nations personnel are in detention. So March 25th is the International Day of Solidarity with the Detained and Missing Staff Members by UN. So headquarters of UN is in New York, United States. Secretary General is Antonio Guterres. You can see it here. The International Day of Remembrance of the Victims of Slavery is celebrated every year on March 25th. The theme for this year is Ending Slavery's Legacy of Racism, a global imperative for justice. So March 25th is the International Day of Remembrance for the Victims of Slavery by UN. Theme is Ending Slavery's Legacy of Racism, a global imperative for justice. Headquarters of UN is in New York, United States. Secretary General is Antonio Guterres. You can see it here. On March 24th, the UN has marked the International Day for the Right to the Truth concerning gross human rights violations and for the dignity of victims. It's a day designated to honor the memory of victims of gross and systematic human rights violation and promote the importance of the right to truth and justice. March 24th is the International Day for the Right to Truth and concerning gross human rights violation for dignity of victims. Headquarters of UN is in New York, United States. Secretary General is Antonio Guterres. World Theatre Day is celebrated annually on March 27th by ITI centers and the international theatre community. World Theatre Day was initiated in 1961 by the International Theatre Institute ITI. So March 27th is the World Theatre Day since 1961. Headquarters of ITI is in Paris, France. Head Director General of ITI is Tobias Biancone. On March 23, Sanjay Dhotre has represented India at the World Summit on the Information Society Forum 2021 that represents one of the world's largest gathering of ICT for development community. It is co-organized by International Telecommunication Union, UNESCO, UNDP and UNCTAD. So Sanjay Dhotre has represented India at the World Summit of the Information Society Forum 21. It's co-organized by ITU, UNESCO, UNDP and UNCTAD. On March 24th, India and USA have agreed to re-establish the US-India Homeland Security Dialogue. The first Homeland Security Dialogue between the two countries was held in 2011 when Janet Napolitano, Barack Obama's DHS Secretary, visited New Delhi. So India and US are going to re-establish the Homeland Security Dialogue. The first dialogue was held in 2011. India's ambassador to US is Taranjit Singh Sandhu. US Defense Secretary is Lloyd Austin. US capital is Washington DC. US dollar is currency. 46th President is Joe Biden. 49th VP is Kamala Harris. On March 23, the Indus Commissioner of India and Pakistan met in New Delhi as a part of the 116th meeting of Indus Water Treaty. The IWT was signed in the year 1960. Pakistan has raised objections on the 1000 megawatt Pakul Dal hydroelectric project built over Marasudar River. So the 116th meeting of the Indus Water Treaty was held between India and Pakistan. Pakistan has raised objections on the 1000 megawatt Pakal Dul hydroelectric project built over Marasudar River. IWT was signed in the year 1960. Pakistan's capital is Islamabad. Pakistani rupee is currency. PM is Imran Khan. President is Arif Alvi. Coming to award, reward, recognition and prizes. On March 23, ISF Small Finance Bank has been awarded Great Place to Work certification by the Great Place to Work Institute. This recognition acknowledges the bank's commitment and credibility among its employees. So ESAF SFB has been awarded the Great Place to Work certification. Headquarters of ESF SFB is in Thrissur, Kerala. MD and CEO is K. Paul Thomas. On March 24th, well-known Hindi writer Professor Sharad Pagare will be conferred with the prestigious Vyas Samman 2020 for his novel Patliputra Ki Samragi. The Vyas Samman, started in 1991, is given by KK Birla Foundation for an outstanding literary work in Hindi authored by Indian citizens published during last 10 years. So Sharad Pagare is to be conferred with the Vyas Samman 2020 for his novel Patliputra Ki Samragi. Vyas Samman is given by KK Birla Foundation. It is started in the year 1991, given for literary work in Hindi. On March 24th, a wealth of 44,270 crore Mangal Prabhat Lodha of Macrotech developers topped the list of richest real estate tycoons for the fourth year in a row. According to GROHE Hurun India Real Estate Rich List, his wealth has increased by 39% in 2020. He was followed by Rajiv Singh of DLF at second and Chandra Raheja and family at third. So GROHE Hurun India Real Estate Rich List 2020. First is Mangal Prabhat Lodha, Macrotech Developers, Lodha Group. Second is Rajiv Singh of DLF. Chandru Raheja and family K. Raheja Group is on third. The Maharashtra government has announced that singer Asha Bhosle has been selected for the Maharashtra Bhushan Award for 2020, the state government's highest honor. The award carries a cash prize of Rs 10 lakh and a citation. The award was instituted in the year 1996. So Asha Bhosle has been selected for the Maharashtra Bhushan Award for 2020. Maharashtra CM is Uddhav Thackeray, Governor is Bhagat Singh Koshyari. On March 25th, HDFC Bank was adjudged as India's best bank for SME at the Asia Money Best Bank Award 21 for the transformation of its MSC business over the past few years. Kotak Mahindra Bank was awarded with the award for the best domestic bank, while DBS Bank was awarded with the best international bank and best corporate and investment bank 21. Axis Bank was adjudged as the best digital bank. So Asia Money Best Bank Award 21. SDFC Bank is India's best bank for SME. Best domestic bank is Kotak Mahindra. DBS is the best international bank. Best corporate and investment bank. Axis Bank is the best digital bank. On March 23, Kerala's tuberculosis eradication program has won national honor as the state backed the union government's award for reducing the prevalence of the disease through various systematic initiatives. So Kerala's tuberculosis eradication program has won the national honor from the union government. Kerala's capital is Thiruvananthapuram, CM is Pinarayi Vijayan, Governor is Arif Mohammed Khan. On March 23, a team of 4 undergraduate students from the Indian Institute of Technology Kharagpur emerged as the winners at CoreNet Global Academic Challenge 6.0. It was sponsored by Cushman and Wakefield, KINIA Interior Architects. The team will be awarded $5,000. So a team from IIT Kharagpur won the CoreNet Global Academic Challenge 6.0. Prize is $5,000. It will be sponsored by Cushman and Wakefield, KINIA Interior Architects. So here it's 30 points more. We will take a 7-minute quick break and we'll be back after 7 minutes. On March 24th, despite an ongoing economic crisis in the Republic of Congo, the country's veteran president Denis Sassou Nguesso has been re-elected with more than 88% of the vote. So Denis Sassou Nguesso has been re-elected as the president of Republic of Congo. Republic of Congo's capital is Brazzaville, CFA franc is the currency. President is Denis Sassou Nguesso. On March 25th, senior bureaucrat Saurabh Garg has been appointed as the CEO of UIADI. Sanjeev Kumar has been appointed as the chairman of AAI, Airport Authority of India. And Atish Chandra will be chairman and managing director of Food Corporation of India. So there are a total of 22 bureaucrats who have been appointed to different ministries as a part of this reshuffle effected by the centre. Saurabh Garg has been appointed as the CEO of UIDAI, headquarter New Delhi. Sanjeev Kumar appointed as the chairman of AAI, headquarter New Delhi. Atish Chandra appointed as the MD and chairman of FCI, headquarter New Delhi. Coming to amounts and agreements, on March 25th, Tata Cleanup Capital has secured a 10 billion yen loan agreement from Japan International Cooperation Agency for offering loans to Indian firms focusing on clean energy projects. Under the Paris Agreement, India is committed to cut greenhouse gas emissions intensity of its GDP by 33 to 35% by 2030. So Tata Cleantech Capital plus JICA have signed a 10 billion loan agreement to finance clean energy projects. Headquarter of Tata Cleantech Capital is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. MD and CEO is Rajiv Sabharwal. Japan's currency is Tokyo currency, capital is Tokyo currency, and PM Yoshihide Suga. Coming to rank reports and surveys, on March 23, every person may have to live on less water this was the report on March 23. That as per capita reservoir capacity is decreasing globally, according to the United Nations Water Development Report titled Valuing Water, released on March 22, which is observed as World Water Day. So while the world population is expected to reach 9 billion by 2040, the projected reservoir volume seems to be stabilizing to be around 7,000 billion cubic meter. So UNWWD, United Nations World Water Development Report titled Valuing Water, released by UNESCO. World population is expected to reach 9 billion by 2040. Headquarter of UNESCO is in Paris, France. Director General is Audrey Azoulay. Headquarter of UN Water is in Geneva, Switzerland. Chair is Gilbert Hongbo. On March 23, a proposal has been initiated by National Centre for Polar and Ocean Research, NCPOR, Ministry of Earth Sciences, to estimate thickness of Himalayan glaciers using airborne radar surveys in collaboration with established Indian researchers in India and abroad. A pilot study is proposed in the Lahaul-Spiti basin of Himachal Pradesh. So the government will estimate thickness of the Himalayan glaciers using airborne radar surveys. Pilot study will be done in Lahaul-Spiti basin of Himachal Pradesh. Himachal Pradesh capital is Shimla and Dharamshala. CM is Jairam Thakur. Governor is Bandaru Dattatreya. On March 23, according to the report titled India Transforming to a Net Zero Emission Energy System by Terry and Shell, India needs a suitable policy and innovation-driven context to reach a net zero emission energy system by 2050. So India transforming to a net zero emission energy system, report by Terry and Shell. Target to reach a net zero emission energy system in India by 2050. Headquarter of Terry is in New Delhi. DG is Dr. Ajay Mathur, established in the year 1974. Headquarter of Shell is in Hague, Netherlands. CEO is Ben van Beurden. On March 23, India is ranked 40 among 43 global economies, scoring a 38.4 out of 100 in the 9th edition of the International Intellectual Property Index, released by the US Chamber of Commerce Global Innovation Policy Center, GIPC. Index was topped by the US with 95.31% score, followed by UK and Germany. So International Intellectual Property Index, released by US Chamber of Commerce, GIPC. India is 40th, first is US, second is UK, third is Germany. On March 23, Himachal Pradesh has achieved the first rank in India among states with population of more than 50 lakh in the tuberculosis elimination program. State is aimed to wipe out tuberculosis by 2030, but the nation is committed to ending TB by 2025. So Himachal Pradesh has achieved the first rank in tuberculosis elimination program in India. HP's target is to end TB by 2030. India's target is to end TB by 2025. So that's a unique fact that the state is behind, but the union's target is more. Himachal Pradesh capital is Shimla for the summers, Dharamshala for the winters. CM is Jairam Thakur. Governor is Bandaru Dattatreya. On March 23, Andaman and Nicobar Island Lieutenant Governor Admiral G.K. Joshi has declared that UT has achieved the 100% functional household tap connection coverage in islands. Andaman and Nicobar Island became the third state in India to achieve the target after Goa and Telangana under Jal Jeevan Mission. So Andaman and Nicobar Island have achieved the 100% functional household tap connection coverage in islands. Andaman and Nicobar Islands capital is Port Blair. Lieutenant Governor is Admiral Devendra Kumar Joshi. The IUCN cited data showed that the population of Africa's savanna elephants found in a variety of habitats has decreased by at least 60% over the last 50 years, while the number of African forest elephant decreased by 86% over the 31 years. So savanna elephant was listed as endangered and African forest elephant was listed as critically endangered. So IUCN red list, savanna elephant endangered and African forest elephant critically endangered. Headquarters of IUCN is in Gland, Switzerland. President is Xinsheng Zhang. On March 23, Adani Ports and Special Economic Zone will acquire a 58.1% stake in Gangavaram Port Limited for 30,604 crore, which is held by DVS Raju and family. With this acquisition, firm will have a 89.6% stake in Gangavaram Port. So APZ will acquire a 58.1% stake in Gangavaram Port Limited held by DVS Raju and family. Total share of APZ in Gangavaram Port after this acquisition is 89.6%. Headquarters of APZ is in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. CEO is Karan Adani. Gangavaram Port is located in Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. You can see it here. On March 24th, Adani Green Energy Limited has signed an agreement to purchase 100% stake in Toronto headquartered Sky Power Global's 50 megawatt solar power project in Telangana. AGL is a portfolio of 14.9 gigawatt of operating under construction and awarded projects, the highest in the country. So AGEL has acquired a 100% stake in 50 megawatt Telangana solar power project of Sky Power Global. Headquarters of AGL is in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. MD and CEO is Vineet S. Jain. Telangana's capital is Hyderabad. CM is K. Chandrasekhar Rao. Governor is Tamil Sai Soundar Rajan. On March 24th, the government will dilute a 15% stake in Rail Vikas Nigam Limited via an offer for sale to raise nearly Rs 750 crore. Offer for sale in RBNL opened for non-retail investors. Government will invest 10% equity, divest 10% equity with a 5% green shoe option. So the government will dilute a 15% stake in Rail Vikas Nigam Limited to raise 750 crore rupees. Headquarters of RBNL is in New Delhi. MD and Chairman is Pradeep Gaud. Coming to MOU collaboration and partnerships. On March 19, TriFed and Arunachal Pradesh have signed an MOU for the implementation of the minimum support price for minor forest produce scheme and Vandan Yojana in Arunachal Pradesh. Under this agreement, 100 Vandan Vikas Kendras are planned to be set up in the state this year. So TriFed and Arunachal Pradesh have signed an MOU for the implementation of MSP for MFP scheme and Vandan Yojana. TriFed works under the Ministry of Tribal Affairs. Arjun Munda is the minister. Khunti, Jharkhand, he is the place from where he is elected. Headquarters of TriFed is in New Delhi. MD is Praveer Krishna. Arunachal Pradesh capital is Itanagar. CM is Pema Khandu. And Governor is BD Mishra. On March 23, Cabinet has approved a memorandum of cooperation signed between India and Japan. It aims at achieving water security, improved irrigation facility and sustainability in the water resources development. So India and Japan have signed an MOC in the field of water and delta management for achieving water. Japan's capital is Tokyo, currency is yen, PM is Yoshihide Suga. On March 23, the Union Cabinet chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi has approved the signing of MOU between Union Public Service Commission and Independent Administrative Reforms and Civil Services Commission of Afghanistan to share experience on modern approach to public service recruitment. So UPSC and IRCSC have signed an MOU to share experience on modern approach to public service recruitment. Headquarters of UPSC is in New Delhi. Chairman is Pradeep Kumar Josh. Afghanistan's capital is Kabul. Afghani's currency. President is Ashraf Ghani. The Consulate General of India and South Africa have partnered with Uttar Pradesh to boost tourism to India post-COVID-19, highlighting the state's various religious sites and other attractions. A large number of descendants of the first Indians have arrived in South Africa from 1860 onwards that came from UP and Bihar. So the Consulate General of India and South Africa and Uttar Pradesh have partnered to boost tourism in India post-COVID-19. Capital is Lucknow, CM is Yogi Adityanath, Governor is Anandiben Patel. South Africa's capital is Cape Town, South African rand is the currency, President is Cyril Ramaphosa. On March 25th, Thermax, Babcock and Willox Energy Solution Private Limited, a wholly owned subsidiary of Thermax, has recently signed a know-how transfer and license agreement with Steinmuller Babcock Environment GmbH, Germany, for waste-to-energy technology. As a part of this agreement, TWES will design, engineer and manufacture and sell municipal solid waste fire waste to SBI. So TWES plus SBI Germany is a know-how transfer and license agreement for waste-to-energy technology. Headquarters of Thermax is in Pune, India. CEO of TWS is Praveen Karve. Coming to books and authors, Indian author Jeet Thayil has a new book titled Names of the Women coming out this year. The book talks about women whose roles were suppressed, reduced or erased in the Gospels. He is a renowned author best known for his book Narcopolis, which was shortlisted for the Man Booker Prize 2012 and won the DSC Prize for South Asian Literature. So Names of the Women, authored by Jeet Thayil. Jeet Thayil has received the Man Booker Prize 2012 for his book Narcopolis, DSC Prize for South Asian Literature. A new book titled Escaped, True Stories of Indian Fugitives in London is authored by Danish Khan and Ruhi Khan. The book is on some high-profile, as well as lesser-known Indian extradition cases and attempts to decode why the EU is considered a safe haven for those waiting to escape the law in India. So Escaped is a True Stories of Indian Fugitives in London, authored by Danish Khan and Ruhi Khan, London. Actor Sameer Soni will come out with his debut book later in 2021. The book will be published by Om Books International. The name of the book is My Experiments with Silence. He is the same actor who has played, I think, role in Jassi Jassi Koi Nahi as secretary to the boss, and also he is the second son in the famous movie Bagban. Also seen in a lot of Karan Johar, I think, plays additional role. Namit Arora has authored a book, Indians, A Brief History of Civilization. There are chapters on 6 places: Dholavira, Nagarjuna Konda, Nalanda, Khajurao, Hampi and Varanasi. So there are 5 chapters on travelers: Megasthenes, Faxian Zhuangzang and Yijing, Alberuni, Marco Polo and Francois Bernier. So you can see it here. So Indians, A Brief History of Civilization, book authored by Namit Arora. Vivek Wadhwa, Ismail Amla and Alex Zalkiewicz have co-authored a book titled From Incremental to Exponential: How Large Companies Can See the Future and Rethink Innovation. A wealth of checklists, tips and example of business innovation is featured in the book. So From Incremental to Exponential: How Large Companies Can See the Future and Rethink Innovation. Co-authors are Vivek Wadhwa, Ismail Amla and Alex Zalkiewicz. HarperCollins India is proud to announce the upcoming publication of journalist turned filmmaker Vinod Kapri's compelling book 123 km, A Long Journey Home, a true account of human grief, grit, gumption, which will release in May 21. So 123 km, A Long Journey Home is a book by Vinod Kapri. On March 23, AIDMK Rajya Sabha member and former minister A. Mohammad Jan has died of heart attack at his residence in Ranipet. He was 72 years old. He was elected chairman of Ranipet municipality in the 1996 and 2001. He was also chairman of the Tamil Nadu Waqf Board. He was elected as Rajya Sabha member in July 2019 from Tamil Nadu. So A. Mohammad Jan, a politician, passed away. Party AIDMK, Rajya Sabha member from Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu's capital is Chennai. CM now is Stalin. Governor is Banwari Lal Purohit. DK Stalin. On March 26, noted journalist and author Anil Dharkar has passed away in Mumbai. He was 74 years old. He was the founder and director of Mumbai International Literary Festival, held in November every year. He has been a columnist, writer, architect and a member of the advisory committee of the Film Censor Board and more. So Anil Dharkar, a journalist and an author, passed away. On March 23, Adam Jagiellowski, one of Poland's greatest poets, has passed away. He was 75. Jagiellowski's poem Try to Praise the Mutilated World was published in the New York magazine and came to symbolize the world's sense of shock and loss after the September 11 attacks in the US. So Adam Zagajewski, Poland, poet passed away, tried to praise the mutilated world poem by Adam Zagajewski. Poland's capital is Warsaw, currency Polish zloty. President is Andrzej Sebastian Duda. You can see it here. Afghan Foreign Minister Mohammad Hanif Atmar has arrived in New Delhi for a 3-day visit on March 22. Atmar will hold talks with his Indian counterparts S. J. Shankar, National Security Advisor Ajit Doval, and other senior officials during the visit. So, Mohammad Hanif Atmar, Foreign Minister of Afghanistan, arrived in New Delhi for a 3-day visit. Afghan's capital is Kabul, currency Afghani, President is Ashraf Ghani. On March 25th, Chief Justice of India S.A. Bobde has officially recommended the second most senior judge of the Supreme Court, Justice N.V. Ramana, as his successor. Ramana will take over from CJI Bobde, who is due to demit office on April 23 and will serve as the 48th Chief Justice of India till August 26, 22. So Chief Justice S.A. Bobde has recommended the name of Justice N.V. Ramana as his successor, 48th CJI. The Ministry of Ayush has set up an interdisciplinary team of experts to explore the potential of yoga as productivity enhancing tool for the population. Committee is headed by H.R. Nagendra, Chancellor of Swami Vivekanand Yoga Anusandhan Samsthan. So Ayush Ministry has set up an interdisciplinary team of experts to explore the potential of yoga. Committee is chaired by H.R. Nagendra. Minister for Ayush is Sripad Yesu Nayak. Constituency is North Goa. So here we have completed the 30 points. Next, we will take an 8-minute break and we'll continue with the slide and finish the mock drill 7th of April. The study led by researchers from city-based Agarkar Research Institute has discovered a new diatom species called Epithemia agarkari, named after S.P. Agarkar. It was found in Mula River, Pune, Maharashtra. Diatoms are single-celled algae. So ARI researchers have discovered a new diatom species, Epithemia agarkari, in Mula River, Pune, Maharashtra. Headquarter of ARI is in Pune, MH. Founder director is Shankar Purushottam Agarkar. You can see it here. Maharashtra CM is Uddhav Thackeray. Governor is Bhagat Singh Koshyari. Russia has successfully launched Soyuz 2.1 carrier rocket with 38 foreign satellites from 18 countries into orbit from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan. Among them was the Challenge 1, the first satellite made completely in Tunisia. So Russia has successfully launched Soyuz 2.1 carrier rocket in Kazakhstan with 38 foreign satellites from 18 countries. Challenge 1 is the first indigenous satellite of Tunisia. Russia's capital is Moscow. Russian ruble is currency. PM is Mikhail Mishustin. President is Vladimir Putin. Tunisia's capital is Tunis. Dinar is currency. President is Kais Saied. PM is Hichem Mechichi. On March 23, the Indian Space Research Organization has recently demonstrated free space quantum communication over a distance of 300 meters for the first time. The demonstration included live video conferencing using quantum key distribution technology. So ISRO has demonstrated free space quantum communication over a distance of 300 meters. The demonstration is done using quantum key distribution technology. Headquarter of ISRO is in Bengaluru, Karnataka. Director is Kailas Vidhu Sivan, formed in the year 1969. On March 23, IISc Bengaluru signed a research and development pact with Applied Materials India to explore application of advanced materials. Applied Material India has joined the industry affiliate program of the Center of Nanoscience and Engineering, IISc Bengaluru. So IISc Bengaluru and Applied Materials India have signed a pact to explore application of advanced materials. Headquarter of Applied Material India is in Bengaluru, Karnataka. President is Srinivas Satya. On March 24, Google and Microsoft have partnered to fix compatibility issues in their browsers. The cross-browser effort named Compact 21 aims to eliminate compatibility problems in 5 key focus areas such as CSS Flexbox, CSS Grid and others. So Google, Microsoft have partnered to fix compatibility issues in their browsers. The name of cross-browser effort is Compact 21. Headquarter of Google is in California, United States. CEO is Sundar Pichai, founded in the year 1998. Headquarter of Microsoft is in Washington, USA. CEO is Satya Nadella, founded in the year 1975. North Korea has fired 2 ballistic missiles into sea, the first such test reported since US President Joe Biden took office in January. North Korea's ballistic missiles are banned under the United Nations Security Council resolutions. So North Korea has fired 2 ballistic missiles into the sea. North Korea's capital is Pyongyang. North Korean won its currency. President is Kim Jong-un. On March 26, researchers from the NASA and University of Hyderabad have jointly discovered a novel species of bacteria from the International Space Station that could help in space agriculture to meet the long-term food needs of astronauts and space tourists to the moon of Mars. Methanolobacterium ajmali, that has been found to burst stress that plants undergo in zero gravity in space. So NASA and UOH, that is University of Hyderabad, jointly discovered Mycobacterium ajmali, a novel species of bacterium from the ISS. Headquarter of NASA is in Washington, D.C., USA. Administered is Bill Nelson, founded in the year 1958. Methylobacterium ajmali. That's the name. I hope you have seen the slide enough. On March 26th, Pakistan has successfully test-fired Shaheen 1A, a nuclear-capable surface-to-surface ballistic missile with a range of 900 kilometers. It was aimed at revalidating various design and technical parameters of the weapon system, including advanced navigation system. So Pakistan has successfully test-fired Shaheen 1A, nuclear-capable surface-to-surface ballistic missile. Range of the missile is 900 km. Pakistan's capital is Islamabad, Pakistani rupees currency. PM is Imran Khan. President is Arif Alvi. Coming to ordinance, bills and acts. On March 23, Lok Sabha has passed the National Capital Territory of Delhi Bill 21 to amend the Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Act 91. The bill amends certain powers and responsibilities of the Legislative Assembly and Lieutenant Governor. So Lok Sabha has passed the National Capital Territory of Delhi Bill 21 to amend the Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Act 91. Delhi CM is Arvind Kejriwal, Governor is Anil Baijal, Chief Secretary is Vijay Dev. On March 22, Lok Sabha has passed the Marine Aids to Navigation Bill 21, which is now proposed to replace the Lighthouse Act 1927. India has 195 lighthouses now. So Lok Sabha has passed the Marine Aids to Navigation Bill 2021 to replace the Lighthouse Act 1927. India has 195 lighthouses. On March 26th, in the presence of Prakash Javadekar, an MOU was signed by the State Pollution Control Board, urban local bodies and institutes of repute for 132 identified cities for implementation of city-specific action plans under the National Clean Air Programme (NCAP). The NCAP's target is to achieve 20% to 30% reduction in the particulate matter concentrations by 2024. So 132 cities are selected to implement the city-specific action plan under the National Clean Air Programme (NCAP). NCAP's target is to achieve 20% to 30% reduction in particulate matter PM25 2.5 concentrations by 24. On the occasion of 100th birth anniversary of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, India and Bangladesh are together making a film titled Bangabandhu, directed by the renowned film director Shyam Benegal. So India and Bangladesh are together making a film titled Bangabandhu. Film director is Shyam Benegal, Bangladesh capital is Dhaka, currency is Taka, PM is Sheikh Hasina, President is Abdul Hamid. On March 23, Odisha is celebrating the 100th anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi's first ever visit to the state. On the occasion, Union Minister Sanjay Dhotre has first digitally released a commemorative postage stamp of 100 years of the first visit of Gandhiji to Odisha. So Odisha is celebrating the 100th anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi's first ever visit to the state. Sanjay Dhotre have released a commemorative postage stamp of 100 years on the first visit of Gandhiji to Odisha. Odisha's capital is Bhubaneswar, CM is Naveen Patnaik, Governor is Ganeshi Lal. On March 24, genome sequencing by INSA-CoG shows variant of concerns and novel variant in India. The Indian SARS-CoV-2 Consortium on Genomics, INSA-CoG, is a grouping of 10 national laboratories that was established by Ministry of Health and Family Welfare on 25th December 2020. So INSA-CoG is a grouping of 10 national laboratories established by the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. INSA-CoG is Indian SARS-CoV-2 Consortium on Genomics. Odisha Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik has launched the Dial 112 emergency response system, where people can call the toll-free number for all emergency services, including police, fire and health. The state government have allocated 157.12 crore for the project. So Odisha has launched the Dial 112 emergency response support system, ERSS. 157.12 crore were allocated for the project. Odisha's capital is Bhubaneswar, CM is Naveen Patnaik, Governor is Ganeshi Lal. Director General of Foreign Trade will assist states and union territories to prepare an annual export ranking index of different districts to rank each district on its export competitiveness. So DGFT is going to assist states and UTs to prepare an annual export ranking index of different districts. DGFT comes under the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Piyush Goyal is the minister. Headquarters of DGFT is in New Delhi. Director General is Amit Yadav. On March 27th, Cochin Shipyard Limited has delivered the first 500 packs passenger cum 150 ton cargo vessel Sindhu to the Andaman and Nicobar administration. The ship delivered its part of a series of 4 passenger vessels comprising 2 500 packs and 2 1200 packs at a total order value of about 1400 crore under the Make in India initiative. So Cochin Shipyard has delivered the first 500 packs passenger cum 150 ton cargo vessel Sindhu to Andaman and Nicobar. Andaman and Nicobar's islands capital is Port Blair. Lieutenant Governor is Admiral Devendra Kumar Joshi. Headquarters of Cochin Shipyard is in Kochi, Kerala. Chairman and MD is Shri Madhu S. Nair. On March 24th, the State Assembly of Odisha has passed a unanimous resolution for incorporation of the word Ahimsa in the preamble of Indian Constitution. So Odisha is the state that has passed the resolution for the inclusion of word ahimsa in the preamble of Indian Constitution. Odisha's capital Bhubaneswar, CM Naveen Patnaik, Governor Ganeshi Lal. Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank, Union Minister of Education, has launched a competency-based assessment framework for the CBSE students of class 6 to 10th based on the National Education Policy 2020. Assessment aims to improve the overall learning outcome of students, mainly covering three subjects: English, Science and Maths. So Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank has launched the competency-based assessment framework for CBSE students of class 6 to 10th. Headquarters of CBSE is in New Delhi. Chairperson Shri Manoj Ahuja, founded in the year 1962. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh and Minister of Defence of Republic of Korea, Mr. Soo Wook, have jointly inaugurated the first of its kind India-Korea Friendship Park in New Delhi. India and South Korea have agreed to go for joint production and export of military hardware. So Rajnath Singh plus Soo Wook have inaugurated the first of its kind India-Korea Friendship Park in New Delhi. India and South Korea have agreed to go for joint production and export of military hardware. South Korea's capital is Seoul. Korean Republic won its currency. President is Moon Jae-in. Supreme Court has rejected the plea for stay on the issue of fresh round of electoral bonds from April 1 to 10. Electoral bonds are available in the denomination of rupees 1,000, rupees 10,000, rupees 1 lakh, rupees 10 lakh and rupees 1 crore with no maximum purchase limit. SBI authorized to issue these bonds. So the SC has rejected a plea for stay on the issue of fresh round of electoral bonds. Denomination of electoral bonds are rupees 1,000, rupees 10,000, rupees 1 lakh, rupees 10 lakh and rupees 1 crore. Authorized bank to issue the bonds is SBI, State Bank of India. On March 28th, the Centre has planned to issue a 14-digit identification number named Unique Land Parcel Identification Number to every plot of land in India within a year's time. The UL PIN scheme has been launched in 10 states this year and will be rolled out across India by March 22. This is the next step in Digital India Land Record Modernization Program, which began in 2008. So the Centre has planned to issue a 14-digit Unique Land Parcel Identification Number to every plot of land. UL PIN scheme has been launched in 10 states and will be launched across India by March 2022. So Digital India Land Record Modernization Program launched in the year 2008. On March 28th, Uttar Pradesh government will introduce the happiness curriculum as a pilot project from the academic session. To be called realization curriculum, it would be introduced in the Mathura schools this session onwards. The happiness curriculum was first introduced by the Delhi government in 2018. So Uttar Pradesh government is going to introduce the happiness curriculum, also called as the realization curriculum, in Mathura schools. Happiness curriculum was first introduced in Delhi in 2018. UP's capital is Lucknow, CM is Yogi Adityanath, Governor is Anandiben Patel. Kempegowda International Airport in Bengaluru has become the first in South India to have an operational parallel runways. It was closed for renovation and upgrades in June 2020. So Kempegowda International Airport, Bengaluru, first in South India to have operational parallel runways. Headquarters of AAI is in New Delhi. Chairman is Sanjeev Kumar. HPCL Mittal Energy Limited has become the first Indian company to buy oil from Guyana. India is the world's third largest crude importer. HMEL has bought the 1 million barrel cargo of Guyana's Liza Light Sweet crude. So HPCL Mittal Energy has become the first Indian company to buy oil from Guyana. India is world's third largest crude importer. Guyana's capital is Georgetown. Guyanese dollar is currency. President is Irfan Ali. Headquarters of HMEL is in Noida, Uttar Pradesh. MD and CEO is Prabh Das. On March 30, Bihar is set to become India's first state to have its two green energy efficient towns in Rajgir and Bodh Gaya. Towns will start getting solar energy through first of its kind renewable energy projects from 2023. So Bihar is to become India's first state to have two green energy efficient towns in Rajgir and Bodh Gaya. Town will start getting solar energy from 23. Bihar's capital is Patna. CM is Nitish Kumar. Governor is Phagu Chauhan. On March 30, a 104 feet tall flag mast hoisting in national flag was inaugurated by Sikkim Governor Ganga Prasad at Mahatma Gandhi Marg in Gangtok. The 104 feet tall flag mast hoisting the national flag was inaugurated in Gangtok, Sikkim. Sikkim's capital, Gangtok. CM is Prem Singh Tamang. Governor is Ganga Prasad. The Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs have notified IceGate portal on Indian Customs and Central Excise Electronic Commerce Data Interchange Gateway as the common custom electronic portal for all customs related documentation and duty payments. So CABIC has notified IceGate or Indian Customs and Central Excise Gateway as the common customs electronic portal. Headquarters of CBIC is in New Delhi. Chairperson is M. Ajit Kumar, founded in the year 1964. Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade has revamped its Industrial Entrepreneur Memorandum portal. The upgraded portal offers single IEM for one company to capture detail of all its location and sectors. So DPIIT has revamped its Industrial Entrepreneurs Memorandum portal. DPIIT works under Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Piyush Goyal is the Minister for Maharashtra. Headquarters of DPIIT is in New Delhi. Secretary is Guru Prasad Mohapatra. The United States has notified that India has been added to the list of countries that have been affected by African swine fever, imposing restrictions on the import of pork and pork products from the country. India's export of pork and related items to the US in 2020 was $5 lakh. So USA adds India to the list of countries affected by African swine fever, imposing restrictions on the import of pork. So USA's capital is Washington DC, currency US dollar, 46th president is Joe Biden, 49th vice president is Kamala Harris. So here we will take an 8-minute break. We have finished the April 7th mock drill at 699. This is the 8th mock drill that is going on, and by this we will finish the mock drill 8. We will finish all mock drills of April. 5th and 6th mock drill will be released after this mock drill. After this or before this mock drill, it must have been released. So kindly see that we will have an 8-minute break. We will join in 8 minutes again. So let's begin, guys. Let's begin. Israel has recently held its fourth parliamentary election in 2 years, the product of protracted political deadlock and disagreement over long-time leader Benjamin Netanyahu's fitness to rule while facing corruption charges. So Israel held its fourth parliamentary election in 2 years. Israel's capital is Jerusalem, Israeli shekel currency, President Rivlin, PM is Benjamin Netanyahu. The third phase of the Indian Beamline project was initiated on March 23-21 with special focus on industrial application research. It is a facility for material research set up under the India-Japan Scientific and Technological Cooperation. So India-Japan Scientific and Technological Cooperation project was initiated in the year 2007. So the third phase of the Indian Beamline project was initiated in Japan. India-Japan Science and Technology Cooperation project was initiated in 2007. Japan's capital is Tokyo, currency yen, PM is Yoshihide Suga. PM Narendra Modi has visited Bangladesh from 26 to 27 March 21 to join the celebrations of the Golden Jubilee of the independence of Bangladesh. Government of India announced 1000 Subharno Jayanti scholarships, Swarna Jayanti scholarship for Bangladeshi students for pursuing education courses in India. To mark the 50th anniversary of India-Bangladesh friendship, both sides released respective commemorative postage stamps. Russia collaborated with India to establish Ropukor nuclear power plant, which is the first nuclear power plant of Bangladesh. So Narendra Modi has visited Bangladesh to join the Golden Jubilee celebration of the independence of Bangladesh. India has announced 1000 Swarna Jayanti scholarship for Bangladeshi students for pursuing education in India. First nuclear power plant of Bangladesh was in Ropur nuclear power plant to be established by India and Russia. Bangladesh capital is Dhaka, currency Taka, PM is Sheikh Hasina, President is Abdul Hamid. You can see everything here, it's written, kindly see. On March 30, Swedish automaker Volvo Cars has announced to give its 40,000 employees worldwide the right to 6-month paid parental leave in a bid to increase gender equality and attract talent. As of April 1, employees who have worked for the car maker for at least 1 year will be entitled to the benefit of 80% of their salary. The policy is based on Sweden's national parental leave policy. So Volvo Cars is to give 40,000 employees worldwide the right to 6-month paid parental leave. Headquarters of Volvo Group is in Gothenburg, Sweden. CEO is Martin Lundstedt. On March 30, Iceland witnessed the awakening of a volcano near its capital Reykjavik for the first time in 900 years. Streams of red lava bubbled and flowed out of a fissure in a valley in Gillindiguldur, close to Mount Fagradalsfjall. So Iceland has witnessed the awakening of a volcano for the first time in 900 years. Mount Fagradalsfjall was located in Iceland. Iceland's capital is Reykjavik, Corona is currency, President is Guðni Th Jónsson. Coming to banking and economic affairs, the RBI set up a deadline of March 31 for firms to submit their applications for setting up new umbrella entities, NUEs. As envisaged by the RBI, the NUE will be a non-profit entity that will set up, manage and operate new payment systems, especially in the retail space such as ATM, white label, POS, Aadhaar-based payments and remittance services. So RBI set up a new deadline for firms to submit their applications to set up the new umbrella entities by March 31. Headquarters of RBI is in Mumbai. Governor is Shaktikanta Das, 25th, established in the year 1st April 1935. On March 22, the RBI has imposed a monetary penalty of Rs 15 lakh on Fedbank Financial Services Limited, Mumbai, for non-compliance with certain provisions of the RBI's Direction on Monitoring of Frauds. Fedfina is a subsidiary of Federal Bank. So RBI has imposed a monetary penalty of Rs 15 lakh on Fedbank Financial Services Limited, Fedfina. Headquarters of Fedbank Financial Services Limited, Fedfina is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. MD and CEO is Anil Kothuri. Headquarters of RBI is in Mumbai. Governor is Shaktikanta Das. Established in the year 1st April 1935. On March 26th, Union Bank of India has launched the Unicarbon Card, a Hindustani Petroleum Corp Limited, a co-branded credit card on the RuPay platform of NPCI. This co-branded credit card is bank's maiden joint venture. So HPCL co-branded the contactless credit card Unicarbon Card launched by the UBI. Headquarter of HPCL is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. CEO and chairperson is Mukesh Kumar Surana. Headquarter of UBI is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Again, CEO is Raj Kiran Rai ji. Tagline is good people to bank with. On March 24th, as per the Reserve Bank of India's new guidelines on amalgamation of two or more USCBs, a uni-state urban cooperative bank can metamorphose into a multi-state UCB through amalgamation with the uni-state bank registered in another state. So RBI has released new guidelines on amalgamation of two or more urban cooperative bank UCBs. Headquarter of RBI is in Mumbai. Governor is Shaktikanta Das 25th, established in the year 1st April 1935. On March 26th, Reserve Bank of India has extended restrictions on the withdrawals and deposits in Punjab and Maharashtra Cooperative Bank till 30th June 21. RBI has imposed restrictions on the PMC Bank in September 2019. So the RBI has extended restrictions on withdrawals and deposits in the PMC Bank till 30th June. Headquarter of PMC Bank is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Administrator is A.K. Dikshit. Headquarter of RBI is in Mumbai. Governor is Shaktikanta Das 25th. Established in the year 1st April 1935. While attending the 6th annual meeting of Board of Governors of NDB, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has announced that India is going to set up a new development financial institution with an initial paid up capital of around $3 billion, with a lending target of $69 billion in the next 3 years. So India is to set up a new development financial institution with the initial paid up capital of around $3 billion. India's lending target is $69 billion in the next 3 years. So you can see it here. On March 26th, the National Payment Corporation of India has capped the volume of transactions by UPI on third-party app providers at 30%. This will be with effect from January 1, 2021. And the providers will have to comply with market cap norms on UPI until December 2023. So the NPCI has capped the volume of transactions via the UPI on third-party apps at 30%. Headquarter of NPCI is in Mumbai. Chairman is Vishwa Mohan Mohapatra. MD and CEO is Dilip Ashpe. Established in the year 2008. On March 30, Ujjivan Small Finance Bank has partnered with N-Store to digitize offline retailer and small businesses in India. Under this partnership, the lender will offer a mobile application N-Links to its current account holders who own local businesses. So Ujjivan SFB plus N-Store are going to take local Kirana stores online with this new app N-Links. Headquarter of Ujjivan SFB is in Bengaluru, Karnataka. MD and CEO is Nitin Chugh. Headquarter of N-Store is in Chennai, Tamil Nadu. CEO is Pradeep Sampath. On March 30, RBL Bank has tied up with Tide India, a UK-based banking fintech, to provide banking infrastructure for Tide's India platform focused on the SME segment. Tide India aims to acquire 25,000 customers in the first year of the launch. So RBL Bank plus Tide India have tied up to provide banking infrastructure for Tide India's platform focused on the SME. Headquarter of RBL Bank is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. MD and CEO is Vishwabir Ahuja. French multinational naval exercise La Pérouse was scheduled from 5th to 7th April 21 in the Bay of Bengal. Post-conduct of La Perouse Indo-French naval exercise Varuna is scheduled in the Western Indian Ocean, where UAE too shall be participating. It is for the first time that Indian warships shall be participating in the La Perouse exercise. So, naval exercise La Perouse in the Bay of Bengal, India participated for the first time. Naval exercise Varuna is in the Western Indian Ocean region, is always practiced between India and France. On March 29, India and USA have begun a 2-day passage exercise PASEX in the Bay of Bengal. Indian Navy's long-range maritime patrol aircraft P-8I participated in the passage exercise PASEX with the US Navy. So India and USA have begun a 2-day passage exercise PASEX in the Bay of Bengal. USA's capital is Washington DC. US dollar is the currency. 46th president is Joe Biden. 49th VP is Kamala Harris. Troops from Pune headquartered Southern Command of the Indian Army have launched Operation Thiruvallur in Tamil Nadu for the safe disposal of at least 10 tons of unexploded ordnance collected from the industrial sector in Thiruvallur district. So Southern Command of the Indian Army have launched Operation Thiruvallur in Tamil Nadu. Headquarters of Southern Command is in Pune, Maharashtra. Current commander is Jai Singh Nayan. Tamil Nadu's capital is Chennai. CM is Thiru Edapaddi K. Palaniswamy. Governor is Banwari Lal Purohit. Coming to schemes and initiatives. On March 26th, Health Minister Dr. Harshvardhan has launched the Tribal TB initiative in pursuit of TB Mukt Bharat by 25. He also announced that the government accords top priority for ensuring universal access to free treatment and care for TB across the country. So Dr. Harshvardhan has announced the link for Nikshay portal of MOHFW and Swasthya portal of the Ministry of Tribal Affairs. So Dr. Harshvardhan launched the Tribal TB initiative in pursuance of TB Mukt Bharat. Dr. Harshvardhan also announced the link Nikshay portal of MOHFW and Swasthya portal of MOTA. So Union Health and Family Welfare Minister Dr. Harshvardhan, Constituency Chandni Chowk, New Delhi. On March 24th, Ladakh Lieutenant Governor R.K. Mathur has inaugurated the first solar lift irrigation scheme of Kargil Renewable Energy Development Agency at Latu village. So Ladakh has inaugurated the first solar lift irrigation scheme of CREDA at Latu village. Ladakh's capital is Leh. The Lieutenant Governor is R.K. Mathur. On March 28th, India has beaten England by 7 runs to win the ODI series 2-1. Virat Kohli moved to 4th position in the ICC T20 batsman rankings and Rohit Sharma ranked at 14th. So India won the 3rd match ODI series against England. ICC T20 batsman rankings are Virat Kohli 4th, Rohit Sharma 14th. Mercedes driver Lewis Hamilton has won a thrilling session opening Bahrain Grand Prix, defeating Max Verstappen. It was Hamilton's first season opening triumph since 2015. So Lewis Hamilton has won the Bahrain Grand Prix 21. Lewis Hamilton is from UK and he drives the car Mercedes. On March 26th, a Center of Excellence in Hockey will be set up in Uttar Pradesh. The 100-bed hostel for boys and girls, Modern Sports, will host Modern Sports Medicine Physiotherapy Center as well as top coaches that would be a part of the center. So Center for Excellence in Hockey will be set up in Uttar Pradesh. Capital Lucknow. CM Yogi Adityanath. Governor is Anandiben Patel. India has continued its gold rush at the ISSF World Cup in New Delhi as the trio of Rahani Sarnobot, Manu Bhakar and Chinky Yadav have won the gold medal in the women's 25-meter pistol event. Yashaswini Singh Deswal has won the gold medal in the women's 10-meter air pistol event. So Yashaswini Singh Deswal won the gold medal in the women's 10-meter air pistol event at ISSF World Cup. Rahi Sarnobat, Manu Bhakar and Chinky Yadav won the gold medal in the women's 25-meter air pistol event. Headquarters of ISSF is in Munich, Germany. President is Vladimir Lisin. India has ended with the highest ever medal tally in ISSF World Cup with 30 medals, 15 gold, 9 silver, 6 bronze. India was followed by the US and Italy in the medal tally with a total of 8 and 4 medals respectively. So India topped the medal tally with ISSF World Cup with 30 medals, 15 gold, 9 silver, 6 bronze. Second is US, third is Italy. Every year, millions of people across the planet turn off their lights between 8:30 pm and 9:30 pm on the last Saturday of March, which is known as the Earth Hour. The goal of the activity is to spread awareness about sustainability and climate change. This year, Earth Hour was observed on March 27-21. It was started by the Worldwide Fund for Nature. The first Earth Hour was held in Sydney in 2007. The theme of Earth Hour 21 is Climate Change to Save Earth. So March 27th is the Earth Hour 21 by WWF. Theme is Climate Change to Save Earth. First Earth Hour was observed in Sydney in 2007. So headquarters of WWF is in Gland, Switzerland. Director General is Marco Lambertini, established in the year 1961. Rajasthani Divas is observed on March 30th every year to commemorate the formation of the state. The state was formed on March 30th, 1949, and this year marks the 72nd foundation of the state. So you can see it here, March 30 is the 72nd foundation day of Rajasthan. Rajasthan's capital is Jaipur, Gov CM is Ashok Gehlot, Governor is Kalraj Mishra. Every year, World Piano Day is observed on 88th day of the year, there being 88 keys on a conventional piano. So this year, Piano Day falls on March 29th. The first Piano Day was in 2015. So March 29th is the 88th day of the year, World Piano Day 21. First Piano Day was in 2015. March 23rd is the day that commemorates the passage of Pakistan Resolution by the Muslim League at its historic Lahore session in 1940. The day is observed as Pakistan Republic Day or Pakistan Resolution Day. So March 23 is Pakistan Republic Day or Pakistan Resolution Day. Pakistan's capital is Islamabad, Pakistani rupees currency. PM is Imran Khan, President is Arif Alvi. International Transgender Day of Visibility, held on March 31 every year since 2009, celebrates transgender individuals' contribution to society. So March 31 is the International Transgender Day of Visibility since 2009. Coming to meeting, conferences and summits, Dr. Harshvardhan has addressed the India TB Summit last year. The government dispersed more than 249.43 crore to over 11.10 lakh patients as nutrition support under Nikshay Poshan Yojana. Theme of the summit is Reimagining TB Care in India. India targets to end tuberculosis by 2025. So Dr. Harshvardhan has addressed the India TB Summit. Theme is Reimagining TB Care in India. India's target to end tuberculosis is by the year 2025. So here we will take a 10-minute break. After this, almost the entire slide for part 8th mock drill is over. So kindly be ready for the final go ahead for the mock drill. Let's begin, guys. Dr. Harshvardhan has addressed the 7th annual summit of Nat Health, focusing on the theme India Health System Expansion in the Post-COVID Era. It was organized by Nat Health, Healthcare Federation of India. So Dr. Harshvardhan has addressed the 7th annual summit of Nat Health. Theme is India Health System Expansion in the Post-COVID Era. Coming to award, reward, recognition and prizes. American author Carmen Mario Machado has won the Rathbones Folio Prize for her memoir In the Dream House. The Rathbone Folio Prize is a literary award that was backed by London-based publisher the Folio Society in the initial 2 years. So Carmen Mario Machado USA has won the Rathbone Folio Prize for her memoir In the Dream House. On March 26th, Maggie O'Farrell's Hamnet, an imagined take on the death of Shakespeare's son from bubonic plague, has won the National Book Critic Circle Prize for Fiction. Tom Sawyer Island on Fire, The Revolt That Ended Slavery in the British Empire, won for non-fiction. The award was given in total 6 categories as mentioned below. Key points are National Book Critics Circle Prize. For fiction, it went to Hamnet by Maggie O'Farrell. Island on Fire, The Revolt That Ended Slavery in British Empire by Tom Sawyer. Stranger in the Shogun City, A Japanese Woman and Her World by Amy Stanley. Minor Feelings, An Asian American Reckoning by Kathy Park Hong. Here is a Sweet Island, Francis J. Harris for poetry. Criticism was for Marking Time, Art in the Age of Mass Incarceration by Nicole Fleetwood. Autobiography went to Minor Feelings, An Asian American Reckoning. So you can see it here, different categories. I will pause here for 1 minute so that you can learn it right now in the slide itself. So let's go ahead. On March 28th, Prakash Javadekar congratulated Mahendra Giri for winning the IUCN's International Ranger Award for his contribution towards conservation. He is Range Officer of Rajaji Tiger Reserve. So the award has been announced for 10 professionals across the world by International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN. So Mahendra Giri has received the IUCN's International Ranger Award. Rajaji Tiger Reserve is in Uttarakhand. Headquarters of IUCN is in Gland, Switzerland. President is Zinsheng Zhang. On March 20th, the 66th Vimal Ilaichi Filmfare Award took place in the Goregaon City Film, Mumbai. The award ceremony was hosted by Rajkumar Rao and Ritesh Deshmukh. Complete list of winners for the 66th Vimal Ilaichi Awards are given below. Best film went to Thappad, Best Director Om Raut, Best Actor Irfan Khan, Best Actor in a Leading Role Tapsi Pannu, Best Film E.B. Alielu. Amitabh Bachchan for Gulabo Sitabo won the Best Actor Male. Best Story went to Thappad again. Lifetime Achievement Award to Irfan Khan. Best Music Album was Pritam Ludo. So you can learn it here again for 1 minute. Let's go ahead. On March 25th, Harsh C. Mariwala, chairman of Marico, has been named as the EY Entrepreneur of the Year 2020. Awards were also announced for 8 other categories. Baijus Ravinder was conferred with the Business Transformation Award. Prachap Chandra Reddy was felicitated with the Lifetime Achievement Award. And Piyush Bansal was conferred with the Manufacturing Category Award. Suresh Narayan was honored as the Entrepreneurial CEO. So you can see all the categories here. Award went for Arshi Marziwala, Baiju Ravindran, Pratap Chandra Reddy, Piyush Bansal and Suresh Narayanan. Their respective categories are Harsi Mariwala for EY Entrepreneur of the Year Award, Baiju Ravindran for the Business Transformation Award, Pratap Chandra Reddy for the Lifetime Achievement Award, Piyush Bansal for the Manufacturing Category Award, and Suresh Narayan for the Entrepreneurial CEO Award. Marathi novelist, poet, critic, and short story writer Sharan Kumar Limbale was selected for the 30th edition of the 2020 Saraswati Samman, a prestigious literary recognition conferred annually by the KK Birla Foundation. The award carries a plaque and an award money of rupees 15 lakh. So you can see it here. So Sharan Kumar Limbale has been selected for the 30th edition of the 2020 Saraswati Samman by KK Birla Foundation. Sharan Kumar Limbale is a Marathi novelist, poet, critic, and short story writer. Coming to appointment and resignations, on March 26, Soma Mondal, chairman of SAIL, has been elected as the new chairperson of Standing Conference of Public Enterprises Scope, while Paradeep Kumar Das, CMD of IREDA, has been appointed as the vice chairman of Scope. Newly elected members will take charge on April and will continue their office for the 21-23 term. Soma Mondal is the chairman of SAIL, Pradeep Kumar is the CMD of REDA, appointed as the vice chairman of Scope, and Soma Mondal has been appointed as the new chairperson of Scope. On March 23, the board of directors of Mahindra & Mahindra have appointed Anish Shah as the managing director and chief executive officer of the company with effect from April 2. He is currently the deputy MD and group chief financial officer. So Anish Shah has been appointed as the MD and CEO. Headquarters of Mahindra & Mahindra is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. MD and CEO now is from 2nd April onwards is Anish Shah. On March 24th, Indian-American physician Vivek Murthy was sworn in as the 21st Surgeon General of the USA for the second time. In 2013, Mr. Obama nominated Murthy to be the Surgeon General. So Vivek Murthy was sworn in as the 21st Surgeon General of the USA. USA's capital is Washington DC, currency is US dollar. Agnes Callamard has been appointed as the new Secretary General of Amnesty International for 4 years. He led a United Nations investigation into the killing of Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi. So Agnes Callamard, France, has been appointed as the new Secretary General of Amnesty International for 4 years. On March 26th, as per the official order was issued by the Department of Personnel and Training, the government has extended the term of Principal Scientific Advisor K. Vijay Raghavan by a year until April 22. Dr. Vijay Raghavan, 67, was appointed PSA in the year 2018. So K. Vijay Raghavan got extension as Principal Scientific Advisor for 1 year until April 22. So you can see it here. On March 31, Digit Insurance has roped in cricketer Virat Kohli as its brand ambassador. With this association, the company aims to carry the message of making insurance simple through cricketer. So Virat Kohli has been roped in as the brand ambassador of Digit Insurance. You can see it here. On March 26th, India and Japan have signed agreement for loans and a grant worth of total 232.86 billion yen for crucial infrastructure projects, including 119.9 billion yen loan for phase 4th of the Delhi Metro. So India and Japan have signed agreement for loans and grant worth a total of 232.86 billion yen. Japan's capital Tokyo, currency yen. PM is Yoshihide Suga. The Jal Shakti Ministry has approved Rs 465 crore as performance incentive grant to 7 states, Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Sikkim, Gujarat and Himachal Pradesh under the Jal Jeevan Mission. It is for the first time that 5 Northeast states have qualified for the performance incentive grant. In the financial year 2021, Rs 11,000 crore was allocated for the Jal Jeevan Mission. So Jal Shakti Ministry has approved Rs 465 crore grant as the performance incentive to 7 states. 5 Northeast states qualified for the performance incentive grant. Allocated amount to the Jal Jeevan Mission in financial year 2021 is rupees 11,000 crore. State Bank of India has signed a loan agreement of up to $1 billion with the Japan Bank for International Cooperation. The bank has signed a similar deal with JBIC in October 20. So SBI and JBIC have signed a loan agreement of up to $1 billion. You can see it here. Headquarters of SBI Bank is in Mumbai. Chairman is Dinesh Kumar Khara. On March 22, according to the Bank of America Security Report, COVID-19 pandemic will delay the ambitious target of becoming the third largest economy by 3 years. Currently, India is the fifth largest economy in the world, behind Germany. The government has set a target of becoming 5 trillion economy by 2030. So COVID-19 delay will delay the ambitious target of becoming the third largest economy by 3 years. Currently, India is the fifth largest economy in the world. India's target of becoming a 5 trillion economy by 2030. On March 25th, according to the World Development Report, Data for Better Lives, only 11% low-income countries consistently made available with a license classified as open. India monitors 54 out of the 130 SDG indicators. India has dropped 4 indicators from its tracking list, pointed out the states of India's environment in figures 2020. So World Development 20 Report, Data for Better Lives, released by World Bank, 11% low-income countries made available a license classified as open. India monitors 54 out of the 130 SDG indicators. Headquarters of World Bank is in Washington, D.C., USA. Member countries 190. President is David Malpass. MD and CFO is Anshula Kant. The next wind power industry needs to install 3 times faster over the next decade in order to achieve the net zero target by 2050. According to a report titled Global Wind Report 21 by the Global Wind Energy Council, 93 gigawatt of the new capacity was installed in 2020. So Global Wind Report 2021 by the Global Wind Energy Council GWEC aim to achieve net zero target by 2050, 175 gigawatt renewable energy by 2022. 93 gigawatt of new capacity was installed in 2020. Headquarters of GWEC is in Brussels, Belgium. CEO is Ben Beckwell, founded in the year 2005. Healthcare has become one of the largest sectors of the Indian economy and is expected to reach $372 billion in 2022, according to a report titled Investment Opportunities in India's Healthcare Sector, released by Niti Aayog. Sector has the potential to generate 2.7 million additional jobs in India between 2017 and 2022. So investment opportunities in India's healthcare sector, released by Niti Aayog. Healthcare sector in India is expected to reach $372 billion in 2022. Niti Aayog headquarters are in New Delhi. CEO is Amitabh Kant. Chairperson is Narendra Modi. Vice Chairperson is Rajiv Kumar. India is ranked 8th in terms of market capitalization among the top 10 nations with market capitalization of $2.8 trillion in financial year 21 as per Bloomberg's report. List was topped by the US, followed by China and Canada. So as per the Bloomberg report, India is ranked 8th in terms of market capitalization. First is US, second is China, third is Canada. The Asia-Pacific region, including India, is staring at a K-shaped recovery of their economies, according to a report titled Economic and Social Survey of Asia and the Pacific towards post-COVID-19 resilient economies by the United Nations Economic and Social Commission for Asia and the Pacific, UNESCAPE. ESCAPE has projected the Indian economy to grow at 7% against a contraction of 7.7% in financial year 21. So you can see it here, ESCAPE has projected India's GDP at 7% in financial year 22 but 7.7% in financial year 21. This is because of lockdowns and everything. The report's name is Economic and Social Survey of Asia and the Pacific 21 towards post-COVID-19 resilient economy by UNESCAPE. Headquarters of UNESCAPE is in Bangkok, Thailand. The Executive Secretary is Armida Salsia Alsi-Jahbana. On March 25th, Edelweiss Infrastructure Yield Plus, an AIF managed by Edelweiss Alternative Asset Advisor Limited, has acquired 74% stake in solar energy assets of French utility firm NG Group in India. The partnership between the two companies is aimed at creating a solar platform with a plan to add 2 gigawatt solar assets in India over the next couple of years. So Edelweiss Infrastructure Yield Plus acquired 74% stake in solar energy assets of NG Group in India. Headquarter of NG Group is in La Défense, France. CEO is Catherine McGregor. Headquarter of Edelweiss Group is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Chairman and CEO is Rashesh Shah. On March 27, Bharat Petroleum Corporation has sold its entire 61.5% stake in Numligarh Refinery in Assam to Consortium of Oil India Limited and Engineers India Limited and Government of Assam for 9,876 crore rupees. So Bharat Petroleum sold its entire 61.5% stake in Numligarh Refinery to Oil Engineers India and Assam Government. Headquarter of BPCL Mumbai, Maharashtra. Headquarter of Oil in Noida, UP. Headquarter of EIL is in New Delhi. CMD of BPCL is K. Padmakar. Headquarter of Oil and CMD is Sushil Chandra Mishra. Headquarter of EIL is R.K. Sabharwal. So Assam's capital Dispur, CM Sarbananda Sonowal, Governor Jagdish Mukhi. Right now the Assam's Chief Minister is going to be Mr. Sarma, Hemant Biswas Sarma. On March 26, Tata Motor has signed a 3-year MOU with the State Bank of India to offer financial assistance for the purchase of company's range of small and light commercial vehicle. So Tata Motor and SBI have signed a 3-year MOU for financing light commercial vehicle. Headquarter of Tata Motor is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. CEO is Gunter Butschek. Headquarter of SBI Bank is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Chairman is Dinesh Kumar Khara. MD is Challa Srinivasu Setti, Ashwini Bhatia, Ashwini Kumar Tiwari, Swaminathan Janki Raman. On March 26, Jawaharlal Nehru Port Trust has signed an MOU with CNB Logitech of Rs 100 crore per annum to monitor, track and optimize the movement of 50 lakh container in EXIM trade. The MOU will help India achieve maritime vision of 2030 by enhancing efficiencies. So Jawaharlal Nehru Port Trust plus CNB Logitech have signed an MOU of 100 crore to organize the movement of containers. Location of Jawaharlal Nehru Port Trust is in Navi Mumbai, Maharashtra. Headquarter of CNB Logitech is in Bengaluru, Karnataka. On March 26, Convergence Energy Services Limited have signed a pact with CSC E-Governance Services India Limited to create demand aggregation for electric mobility, solar energy efficient solution and other initiatives of CESL. So CESL plus CSFV have signed a pact to create demand aggregation of electric mobility. Headquarter of CESL is in Kolkata, West Bengal. Head is Mahua Acharya. The Advertising Standard Council of India has tied up with consulting firm Future Brands to launch a deep immersive study into the gender depiction of Indian advertising. The study Gender Next aims to provide actionable insights that can shape the gender narratives in advertising positively. So ASI plus Future Brands New Delhi have tied up to launch a study on depiction of women in advertising. Headquarter of ASCI is in Mumbai, Maharashtra. Chairman is Subhash Kamath. On March 22, Federation of Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry and International Financial Service Center Authority have signed an MOU to establish a framework for collaboration and cooperation of development of Gujarat International Fintech City, IFSC, as a world-class fintech hub. So FICCI plus IFSC have signed an MOU to jointly develop GIFT City as a world-class fintech hub. Headquarter of FICCI is in New Delhi. President is Uday Shankar. Secretary General is Dilip Chinoy. Headquarter of IFSC is in Gandhinagar, Gujarat. Chairman is Injeti Srinivas. So we will take a short 4-minute break here and we will return back to finish the complete drive, the complete April mock drill 8th. A letter of agreement was signed between Bureau of Civil Aviation Security and Yamuna International Airport Private Limited in New Delhi. The LOA defines provisions for civil aviation security responsibility and functions of the upcoming international airport at Jewar, Noida. So BCAS and IBPL have signed a letter of agreement in New Delhi. Jewar Airport is located in Greater Noida, UP, operated by YAPL. The India Center of Migration, a research think tank of the Ministry of External Affairs, and the International Organization for Migration have entered into a collaboration for a joint study on the strengthening data-informed and migrant-centered migration management framework in India. India Center for Migration plus International Organization of Migration have collaboration to study migrant management in India. It's a research think tank of the Ministry of External Affairs. Headquarters of IOM is in Geneva, Switzerland. Director General is Antonio Vittorino, formed in the year 1951. TriFed under the Ministry of Tribal Affairs has recently entered an MOU with the administration of Dadra and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu for the implementation of the minimum support price for minor forest produce scheme and Van Dhan Yojana. So TriFed plus Dadra and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu have signed an MOU to implement MSP for MFP scheme and Van Dhan Yojana. Headquarters of TriFed is in New Delhi. MD is Praveer Krishna. Daman and Diu capital is Daman. Administrator is Praful Patel. TriFed works under Ministry of Tribal Affairs, Arjun Munda. NSE Academy Limited, a wholly owned subsidiary of National Stock Exchange, have signed an MOU with Gift Sales to assist in capacity building or train manpower by developing, launching and conducting training programs related to international financial services. So NSE Academy Limited plus Gift SEZ Limited have signed an MOU to mentor financial services professionals in Gift City. Coming to books and authors, Neha Sinha in a new book Wild and Willful chronicles tales of 15 iconic Indian species which are in need of conservation. Neha Sinha had won Century Wildlife Service Award in 2017. So Wild and Willful book authored by Neha Sinha. Name, Place, Animal, Things is a debut book of Dariba Lindam. Lindam's debut novel is a coming-of-age story of a young Khasi girl in Shillong during the early 2000s. So Name, Place, Animal, Things debut book authored by Dariba Lindam. On March 26, former RBI Deputy Governor Kamlesh Chandra Chakrabarti passed away in Mumbai due to heart attack. He was 69. KC Chakrabarti was celebrated as RBI DG in 2019. He served as the Punjab National Bank, Indian Bank and Indian Bank Associations. KC Chakrabarti, former RBI Deputy Governor, passed away. Headquarters of RBI is in Mumbai. Governor is Shaktikanta Das, established in the year 1st April 1935. On March 21, noted Odissi dancer Lakshmi Priya Mohapatra passed away. She was wife of legendary classical dancer Kelu Charan Mohapatra. She was 86. So Lakshmi Priya Mohapatra, Odissi dancer, passed away. Odisha's capital Bhubaneswar, CM Naveen Patnaik, Governor Ganeshi Lal. On March 21, Nadwal Sadawi, a renowned Egyptian feminist, psychiatrist and novelist, passed away. She was 89. She was born in October 1931 in a Nile Delta village just north of Cairo. She published a famous book, Women and Sex, in 1972. So Nawal Sadawi, a feminist psychiatrist and novelist, passed away. Cairo is the capital, Egyptian pound currency. President is Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. Pune Lieutenant General Walter Anthony Gustavo Wag Pinto, former general officer in the Indian Army, has passed away on March 25th. He was 97. General Pinto last served in the 8th General Officer Commanding in Chief of Central Command. He is also known as the Victor of Basantar. The Battle of Basantar was one of the biggest ground battles ever fought in the Indian Army. He received the Param Vishish Seva Medal for his valor in the 1971 war. So Walter Anthony Gustavo Wag Pinto or the Victor of Basantar, he was an army officer who passed away. Served as the 8th General Officer Commanding in Chief of the Central Command. Received the Param Vishish Seva Medal for his valor in the 1971 war. Headquarters of Indian Army is in New Delhi. Chief is General Manoj Mukund Naravane. Vice Chief is Chandi Prasad Mohanty. On March 31, Punjabi writer Taran Gujral passed away in Chandigarh. She was 90. A writer of short stories and children's literature, Taran also dabbled in poetry. So Taran Gujral, Punjabi writer, passed away. The former president Didier Rivska, who was president of Madagascar from 1975 to 93, passed away. He was 84 years old. The former president of Madagascar passed away. President Andy Rajoelina right now. Madagascar's capital is Antananarivo. Malagasy Ariari is the currency. On March 26, the ISRO has partnered with Indian Institute of Space and Science Technology to coordinate joint research activities. ISRO's partnership with IIST is something similar to JPL Caltech model in the United States. JPL is Jet Propulsion Laboratory, is federally funded by US space agency NASA and managed by Caltech, California Institute of Technology. So ISRO and IIST have coordinated for joint research activities. JPL is federally funded by NASA and managed by Caltech, Jet Propulsion Laboratory. Headquarters of ISRO is in Bengaluru, Karnataka. Director is Kailash Vidhu Sivan, formed in the year 1969. Headquarters of NASA is in Washington, D.C., USA. Administrator is Bill Nilsson, founded in the year 1958. Location of IIST is in Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala. Director is Dr. V.K. Dadwal. Google has launched a new toolkit called ThreadIt to help make remote work more efficient. Tool is like TikTok for workspaces. It lets users share short video recordings to share their work and connect with your team. So Google has launched a new toolkit called ThreadIt to help remote work more efficient. Headquarters of Google is in California, United States. CEO is Sundar Pichai, founded in the year 1998. On March 25th, marine biologists from the Central University of Punjab have discovered two new native species of marine algae, also called as seaweeds, from the coast of Gujarat, Diu and Tamil Nadu. Species are named Hypenia indica and Hypenia bullata. So marine biologists from the Central University of Punjab discovered these two new native species of marine algae, seaweeds, Hypenia indica and Hypenia bullata. These were discovered from the coast of Gujarat, Diu and Tamil Nadu. Facebook along with Google has planned two new undersea cables named Echo and Bifrost to connect Singapore, Indonesia and North America. The two cables follow previous investments by Facebook to build up connectivity in Indonesia, one of its top 5 markets globally. So Facebook and Google have planned two new undersea cables to connect Singapore, Indonesia and North America. Two cables are named as Echo and Bifrost. Headquarters of Facebook is in California, United States. CEO is Mark Zuckerberg, founded in the year 2004. Headquarters of Google is in California, United States. CEO is Sundar Pichai, founded in the year 1998. On March 25, Indian Telephone Industries Limited and Thalamus Irvine have developed a technology named Garuda Blockchain Platform for storing medical healthcare data on blockchain and also conducted a proof of concept with as many as 300 patients. So ITI Limited plus Thalamus Irvine have developed the Garuda blockchain platform and conducted a POC with 300 patients. The platform stores and processes medical healthcare data. Headquarters of ITI Limited is in Bangalore, Karnataka. Chairman and MD is Rakesh Mohan Agarwal. On March 30, a new subspecies of the 6-line blue butterfly named Nakaduba Sinhala Ramaswamy has been discovered from the southwestern Ghats. The new butterfly species is named after Lord Ram. It is published in the Journal of Threatened Taxa in March 2021. So Nakaduba Sinhala Ramaswamy, species of butterfly discovered from the southwestern Ghats. Discovery published in the Journal of Threatened Taxa. On March 29, the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research and Bharat Biotech International are planning to bring the messenger RNA platform to India after seeing its successful use in quick development of COVID-19 vaccine by US-based Pfizer and Moderna. So CSIR and Bharat Biotech are going to bring mRNA platform to India. Headquarters of CSIR is in New Delhi. President is Narendra Modi. Director General is Shekhar C. Mande. Headquarters of Bharat Biotech is in Hyderabad, Telangana. Chairman is Dr. Krishna Ella. Ordinances, Bills and Act. So President Ramnath Kovind gave his assent to the Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Act 21. Act provides that the government referred to in any law made by the Legislative Assembly will imply Lieutenant Governor. President Govind also gave his assent to the National Bank for Financing Infrastructure and Development Act 21, Mines and Minerals Amendment Act 21, and replacing the Mines and Minerals Regulation Act 1957. NBFID will be set up with an authorized share capital of 1 lakh crore. So Ramnath Kovind ji has approved the Mines and Minerals Development Regulation Act 21, replaces Mines and Minerals Act 1957. Ramnath Kovind has approved the Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Act 21. Government now will refer in any law made by the Legislative Assembly will mean Lieutenant Governor. So Ramnath Kovind has approved this National Bank for Financing Infrastructure and Development Act 21 too. So I hope you have noticed it all. That's the end of the mock drill 8th of April. We have completed almost all the mock drills. All the mock drills of April. I think after this video you can go and watch the mock drill 5th and 6th of April. That was the only mock drill that will be released after this mock drill. So thank you for watching. This is Rohit Sharma wishing you a very goodbye. Thank you very much.